All right, so I have a nutrition lesson today on macros. So these sausages, they're not in here because we decided to air fry both versions at the same time. But when I was looking at the food labels on them, I thought it was a really good opportunity to talk about, some things to look for, because both of these have the same exact calorie count. So a lot of times I'm always talking about how calorie count is the most important thing and the thing that you should look out for most. However, there are other factors, of course. So as you know, there's protein, there's carbs, there's fat, and there's all kind of other stuff that the food label tells us. So I'm going to do a quick little rundown of what I would consider the most important things between these two sausages, okay? First of all, the brand is Gilbert's. These are some really bomb.com sausages, okay? They're chicken sausage, so I don't eat a lot of beef and pork, and I've said it in numerous videos that if you can sub chicken or turkey for any of your beef or pork products, you're going to save a ton of calories. So on both of these, they're only 120 calories for one sausage, okay? Which is 71 grams, all right? This one is the smoked Gouda chicken sausage, and this one is the pineapple, ginger, and brown sugar. Personally, I love this Aloha one. It's a really sweet sausage, and I'm a little partial to sweetness, but I had the Gouda one today with some eggs, and it was really delicious too. So just putting it out there first, is both of these are really yummy, okay? They're a little bit more expensive than your typical sausage, but sometimes you get what you pay for. All right, so let's go ahead and look at these labels, okay? So as I mentioned before, okay, I'll do a close-up of this one. This one has 120 calories. This one has 120 calories as well, but then it gets different. So basically, with calories, the macros all have a different calorie count. So when you're talking about protein or carbs, okay, they're composed of 4 calories per gram, okay? And then fat is 9 calories per gram. So when you're talking about fat, you're looking at something being a lot more calories. So you'll notice that under every calorie thing, there's usually a calories from fat count. So this one has 70 from fat, and this one has 45. So if you look at that a little closer on the labels, you'll see why that is. So this one has a total fat of 8 grams and saturated fat of 4 grams, while this one only has 5 grams of fat and it's only 1.5 grams of saturated fat. Now I'm just going to go through each point. So with this, I would say that this definitely wins, okay? Because this one doesn't win, my bad, because it has so much saturated fat in it. So saturated fat is really bad for you. You want to avoid that like as much as you can. So you'll see that it says that this one has 20% of your saturated fat value for the day, which is very high, while this one only has 8, right? So let's just go on, and then I'll talk about it afterwards, okay? Then we have cholesterol. They're about the same as 65 and 55. The sodium, that's one thing that you're never going to win on with sausage in general. It doesn't matter if it's pork or beef or chicken or turkey. You'll do better with the turkey and the chicken, but both of these have 500 plus milligrams of sodium. So 23% on this one for your daily value and 22% on this. And this is just for one sausage, okay? So that's why, just to be clear, this is for one sausage, okay? Then the carbs. So that's one thing I wanted to look at because this one only has 1 gram of carbs, no fiber, no sugars. And this one's the total opposite because it's a sweet one, right? It's the one that I said I really love because it has sweetness to it. So because it has pineapple, it has 7 grams of carbs and 5 grams of sugar. So basically, what this is saying is that these calories are the same, but the composition is different because this one has more carbs and this one has more fat. So the fat is just making up more calories in this one, and the carbs is making up more calories in this one. Now, on the protein, we're pretty much tied. This one has 13 grams of protein and this one has 12. So all in all, what I would say is that even though a lot of people are into keto and they try to go as low carb as possible, I would actually give this Aloha sausage the grade of being the better sausage for you, because it is the same amount of calories. It has less saturated fat, which is one of the major factors that I would actually contribute to me picking this one as the more healthy one. And it only has a little less protein. So the only thing that would have made me maybe give this one a little edge up if it had, like, I don't know, several grams more protein, and even that, I'm not sure that I would give it a better score because of this saturated fat. I know that we're all about, getting snatched and, trying to look good, but when it comes to fat in general, it's just really not good for you. And it is harder to break down because it's like fat produces more fat. In general, yes, you should definitely stick to, a calorie deficit and not drive yourself crazy over these little points. So I want to make it clear that I'm not saying that you should, go crazy over it. So if it came down to you just only liking this Gouda one, then just go with the Gouda one. But this is more just a comparison so that you can understand if you're at a grocery store and there are 2 different products, okay, that have similar calorie counts, that you can make an educated decision if there's no, huge factor that's making you lean toward one or the other. Okay, so that is the main point that I'm making. So again, just a little quick recap. And one thing I did find that was a little weird, okay, because I said I don't eat beef and pork a lot, but when I was looking at the ingredients on both of these, you can see right here, it says in a beef collagen casing. And I mean, I'm not super freaked out over it because I don't fully not eat beef or pork, but I just thought that was interesting, because it is, advertised as, chicken sausage. Also, you'll see that they are very organic, they have no antibiotics and all of that. So mostly I just love the taste of these. These are really the bomb. Okay, let me just tell you, these are really, really good. We eat them all the time. So I just wanted to, give that quick lesson. So overall, I would say that the Aloha ones are a little better. So if two things are similar calorie count, go with something that has the most protein and the least saturated fat. Okay, those would be the 2 factors that I would care about most. Carb count, I would not care about quite as much. I know if you're on keto or something, it is going to be a factor for you. I'm not a huge fan of keto. I say it all the time, but I get it. So if that is a factor for you, then probably the Gouda ones would be the ones that you would end up with. Okay, so all right, y'all, just wanted to give you a very quick overview. You can definitely try these if you want. No, this is not sponsored. I just thought it was a good teaching moment, and so that is what I'm doing. Okay, so hope you're having a great day. Take care, eat well, drink well, take care of yourself, mind, body, and spirit, and I will see you soon.